I remember there was a wise saying by a wise man. He said, "Dicks are like boomerangs; they always come back." Right. So today we're going to be reacting to videos that talk about that, and it's one of those things that, unlike women, men come back more often than women. Right. And so it brings women a lot of hope when it comes to getting guys back that they want. So let's watch this video. And if you guys enjoy this content, click on the description down below where it says Work with Father Alex 101. And then you'll be able to book a one-on-one phone call with me today. Let's begin with the video right now.
This is the reason why they always come back. So, after they have already broken up with you, and you have decided to move on with your life and take care of your mental health and prioritize yourself, after months of the person not hearing from you and you're probably doing the whole no contact, I'm going to tell you exactly what happens in the brain of someone when they have broken up with you. So number one, they feel like they have the upper hand. They feel like they don't really need you. In fact, they pity you. And it's especially true when you have begged them to stay. Because by you begging somebody to stay, you're giving them more power because they feel like you need them more than they need you. But I'm going to show you how to claim your power back, and it's very easy. So number two, you're going to go on with your life and pretend like nothing happened. You're going to take care of your mental health, go out with your friends, take care of your body, eat healthy. And when you're ready, you can go on dates. Now, what happens to the other person is that they feel your vibrational detachment from them. They start feeling you moving away and losing feelings for them. And they start feeling the loneliness. And because they feel you pulling away, they start thinking that that's one less person that doesn't care about them.
In other words, they start to sense your happiness. Your exes and people who you used to date have a weird psychic ability to sense when you're getting happy and to sense when you're losing weight, people. Yeah, that's right. A man will sense when you're actually bettering yourself, when your karma is getting better. They'll be like, you know what? Someone's happy. Let me message her. You know, literally people have a sense for that, right? It's like when things are going good, that's when people in the past come back into your life, right? Which is a sign that things are going good, right? It's kind of wild, you know?
These two reasons. I've talked to hundreds of people about their breakups, and I've seen this over and over again. By the way, my name's Cole, and I help people through their breakups, so click follow if you want to stick around. Number one is fear. Fear that if they change their mind, you would say no. As long as your ex knows that they can pick up the phone, ask for you back, and you'd come running into their arms, they're not going to do it. And why would they? Right now they can explore, they can date other people, they can be single, and they can have you if they want. They're not going to give that up unless they're afraid that they could lose you. That fear grows in no contact. The longer you don't contact them, the stronger that fear is going to be. But until that fear is stronger than their desire to be free, it's not going to happen. Number two, and the most important one, is pain. If you loved someone, it's going to hurt for you to even think of them being in pain. But in order for them to come back, they really do need to experience the pain of the breakup. Think about how much the pain has caused you to want them back. Think of all the changes you're willing to make now because you want this pain to go away. That is the experience they need to have if they're going to come back too.
Yeah, 100%. Pain is people to come back, even if they told you they'll never come back. Pain will cause them to tap out, right? Because, and it depends on the guy's pain tolerance. If the guy has low pain tolerance for emotional pain, they come back pretty quickly, you know. But if a guy has resilience, a lot of the times they resist, and usually they resist up until the holidays, his birthday, any special occasion that reminds people to be with other people. Those are the times when they come back.
Familiarity and comfort far outweigh the decision to start over with somebody who wouldn't understand you as much. And that's not just with normal breakups, that's specific to avoidance. When an avoidant partner comes back, it's not always because they want it to work. Rather, it's easy to digress back into a relationship that they have security in. Doesn't mean their lack of communication gets better, that their strong-willed independence will lessen to be more vulnerable towards you. But it does show you two things. One, they felt comfortable enough to come back to you, which shows a small level of trusting you. But more importantly, two, which is your possible unwillingness to hold them accountable for not reciprocating in the relationship the first time around, could likely come back to haunt you later. So the question becomes, how willing are you now to allow them back in, knowing it's almost a certainty they didn't address any of their issues you brought up in the relationship the first time around? Decisions.
Well, it's a lot of times you just really underestimate how little people change, and a lot of the times you take them back, you hope that they change, but the problem is that People rarely change. That's the issue. If people change more often, it could be a possibility, but we see time and time again that people return to their habits. It's a very small percentage of people that actually change long term.
No contact. In fact, it's always going to be one of 5 things. Now, your ex, Mr. Nonchalant, and I know he got dreads, is thinking the same thing that all men think in no contact. Now, the first thing men are thinking in no contact, and this may hurt you, is I'm glad I'm free. You see, your ex, especially if they were nonchalant, is probably avoidant. And you are probably anxiously attached, which means that you need a lot of reassurance, fear being left, and tend to cling to your partners. And so this clinging and fearing abandonment and constant need for excessive reassurance caused your avoidant ex to feel trapped and run away from you. And so them running, aka the breakup, is them now creating space from you, which makes them initially think, I'm glad I'm free. But when you stay in no contact and allow your ex to have their space, whether permanently or temporarily if you want them back, this space allows Mr. Nonchalant Dreadhead to begin to have their walls lower and allows them to now think number 2, I wonder what they up to. But again, they don't get to number 2 unless you stay in no contact and grow.
To come back. I'll explain. What's up, y'all? I'm a personal development coach. I work with women specifically to navigate love, dating, healing, and what a man's thinking. So you got to think, does this happen 100% of the time, 10 out of 10 times? No. But why do they? And it usually is based on how they even dealt with the breakup to begin with. So everyone thinks it's this romantic gesture. It's this beautiful feeling. Oh, they miss me. They love me. The this, the that, the ba, ba, ba. When in reality, they never knew how to sit and deal with themselves because they always had a woman to give them a sense of validation, a system of distraction, a system of something in terms of everything but dealing with themselves. So I'm talking to the ladies that have exes that immediately moved on with another woman, or maybe they immediately got on a dating app, or they immediately started hollering at other women immediately. That's showing you that they don't want to sit with their emotions and their feelings because it takes time to process a breakup. Yes, even if you're a guy. Yes, even if this a guy initiated the heartbreak. So you tell me how he handles himself in his own solitude, if he could even do that, and I'll tell you if he's going to come back or not. Because if he immediately was running to other women or immediately was in these streets, he's going to come back. Because it shows that he doesn't know how to sit with himself. And again, although it may seem romantic, it's a conditioning of him going to what is familiar, going to what is safe, going to what is all that. And I'm going to dive into another video of how to navigate if it's genuine or not, because there are moments of genuine reconnection, but more often than not, they come back because it's what they're conditioned to, because they don't know how to deal with them.
Yeah, it's pretty much like he said, he's conditioned to come back. It's an instinct, a habit, they can't help themselves, right? And so because of that, it doesn't matter who the woman is, right? It doesn't matter who it is he's coming back to, as long as she's from the past, as long as she pushes him away a little bit, he can recreate that pattern, right? It's all about recreating a pattern. And a lot of the times they're just addicted to that pattern. And a lot of the times it's not about you why they're coming back.
Now, after you have already gotten over him. So when you get over someone, you are already letting this person know energetically that you no longer care. You don't have to post anything online to let this person know, hey, I no longer care, because they can feel your energy. Because before you were vibing at a desperate
100%. Toxic people have a psychic ability to sense your happiness. And they have this weird ability to come back once you're finally getting over them. It's a barometer for how good you're doing in life.
level. Before, you were desperate for this person, you were doing the most for this person, and now you no longer care. Before, they used to feel that you cared, and now they feel like you don't care. Say, for example, you were just thinking about someone and they just go ahead and text you. What happened then is that you felt the vibration thought process of this person before they went ahead and texted you. And that's why you thought of them. It's the same thing when it comes down to people coming back into your life. It's because this person feels like you have moved on. And when someone feels like you have moved on, they get kind of scared.
They get scared because they're going to lose that validation they got from you. You know, it's all about the validation. It's all about what can you for me, right? What can you give me, you know?
And always come back? I think the answer is because it's easier. People take the path of least resistance. And when they go out there into the world looking for someone else, who knows what they're looking for? They think they're looking for this thing or this thing that's different to you, or they just think that they're going to be happier if they're single and if they're able to play the field, or whatever is the reason. Very quickly, when people hit any kind of a roadblock of loneliness or fear that they're not going to find someone, a difficult weekend where someone else isn't texting them back, whatever it may be, the path of least resistance becomes this person over here who I already know, who accepted me once, who wanted me, who didn't want to break up with me even though I broke up with them. It feels like a pretty good chance that if I reach out to them, I'm going to get attention again. And by the way, they're often right. They do get attention again from that person. They do get welcomed with open arms by that person. So a lot of people learn that it's not just the path of least resistance in their mind, but in reality, their exes are often the path of least resistance, because their exes, if they haven't gone on to meet someone else, if they're having a lonely time, if they're struggling with it, will not view them coming back as weak or selfish, but instead will view it romantically. And that's, in a sense, what they're relying on, that you will view them coming back romantically.
Look, sometimes Matthew Hussey be saying some shit, but there are topics that Matthew Hussey says that he's on point. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Check out my latest video about the trophy wife stories getting crazier, and men reveal how to make them fall in love. Go check that video out. And also, we're having 50% off all of my courses. So that means you can purchase all of my courses. The wifey bundle purchases all of my courses in one go for 4 payments of $200. So that means 50% off that initial payment. So all of my courses, the feminine woman, it's a course that I create. I like to call it the superwoman, because it's really what it is. It's a self-help course for women, charisma blueprint, emotional mastery. And I also have Nice Girl, it's a course that I created for assertiveness. Natural Chemistry is the course that I created for women who are in relationships. The Psychological Game of Attraction, it's a course that I created for women who are single. You can purchase all of them by getting the coupon code BLACK and get 50% off all of my courses, including the bundle. That's up until, I think, by the end of the week. So click in the description down below where it says purchase my courses, and I'll see you guys inside.